Hello everyone, here to show you how to create the particle beam system from my last C++ tutorial and blueprint. Uh, it's a very quick tutorial. It's actually very similar, very similar. If you try to translate the C++ code and logistically, and you try to, reverse engineer and you just create a blueprint based system, rather. So as I did, I migrated the particle impact effects, migrated them again, search the texture JPEG, PNG, create a particle system with the same parameters as I did. Refer to the last tutorial if you want to create this in Blueprint. If you want to add these parameters, refer to the last tutorial on how to do so. But for now, I'll just do this really quick. Go to the VP, go to the first person character, go where the spawn projectile code is, create input action fire event by right clicking and pressing down input action or fire. You see, just type in fire and it will get your key binding. And this is a blueprint project also. This is not a C++ project. This is just solely blueprints. This is not. I didn't create blueprint callable functions inside of C++. Inside of Microsoft Visual Studio, then called it. Here I added a custom event, set on fire, using add custom event, and calling it fire 2, for example. No, I did set timer by event, dragging this pin off. You do set timer by event. You getting the socket location, the FP gun. Oops. Gain a socket rotation. Gain the forward vector of that socket rotation, multiplying it by 10,000 in order to get your distance to the line trace, adding it to the socket location. What helps is that you gotta think of it as like physical entities that are adding together. These two variables are adding together. The two return values adding together to create the end. Here's a socket location. What I'm doing, dragging out the FP gun. Spawn emitter at location. Gain the trace start. Getting the converting this into a rotator by dragging this pin out. Getting a loop for each loop body, and getting the out hits, creating a break hit result of whatever element. So this is basically the equivalent of how you do in C++ with the memory address, except you're using this for loop and looping through it, getting that break hit or the out hit, which is the hit the hit result, and you're getting a trace start. And here you're getting the socket location, getting the FP gun again, FP gun, and the target point is basically like use the same calculation as the trace end here. See, to comment it, I'm gonna do this. comment it, trace end distance and rotation. Debug type persistent. You know what I'm doing? I create a variable. Creating a variable, calling it particle system array. This is how you set it look. Go through here. Well, I'll create a new one. Going through here. Going to creating smoke trail array. Going over here. Particle system component. Particle system component. And then you change the type by doing this. Create a set, a map of a single variable, array, a set, or a map. You drag that out. You can set it. Setting means you're setting the value of the variable, and this is you're getting it in order to use it for other purposes. No, I did. I dragged that out. Get particle system array. Add. What you do, you add the return value of the spawn emitter at location. Add the return value to here, as you can see. What you do, I did a print string to check to see if I was actually adding this return value to the array. Now I created another timer. So the cool thing about blueprints, though, I'll admit, the coolest thing about blueprints is that it's all in the same, how do you call it, same link together. Like you're not creating separate functions. You're just having like a one pure linking path. Very visual. No idea, I loop through the indexes of this array, which is basically the equivalent of looping through how I did it in that other for loop. It does the calculation this side, this little function here. I get now I deactivate all of the system. I don't destroy, I just deactivate. There's no need to destroy it. Deactivates and then reactivates. Now I clear. Using a set timer by event and do not loop it because it will crash. It will crash because you're looping with a for loop, which is not good. Do not loop with a for loop. I create another custom event. Delete particle beams in array custom event. Also another tip, never be afraid to make your custom events and or functions 1,000,000 letters, so long as it's easy to read and maintain for other people and yourself. You got to consider that when you're programming for other people, you have to have a proper name. So then these other people, when they look at it, look at the code, they will see that they will see that you they will see a simple name for it. They'll see a name, a simple name, not something so vague that it actually describes what this action is doing, this custom event and or function and or variable. This applies everything. So I just put particle system array. I don't spec you. You always want to create a very descriptive name for every single one of your variables. Do not name a variable I. Do not name a variable one letter. Name it as the variable as long and as tedious as you can, so that then it's betterly descriptive. I'm converting the trace start, rotation, being a location, setting the beam start point, setting target point. I'm not getting impact point. See some of these things like impact point, impact normal. It looks as if you're converting those hit results to that memory address to location using a dot. So if you want to get the hit location, this is the hit location. I was getting a trace start. So but I'm not going to get into that now. Right now, I'm not going to do that too quickly because I'll mess it up. As I did there, I messed that up. But as you can see, it's very similar to the C++ tutorial. It's completely the same. It's a blueprint conversion of the C++ code. So here you have it. Here's your conversion. You gain a slot. You're actually translating the trace end and saying the beam target point. Getting socket location. Clearing it. Always clear all the indexes from the array. After you're done using deactivating, clear it. As you can see, like in the other tutorial, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 second gone. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason why it starts from 0 also, to explain, to go more in depth, is that 0 is the first index of the array. The second is 1. So remember that. So if you see 0, it's not 0, 0 per se, it's 1. And this is persistent. That's a blocking hit. Let me reiterate again. Alright, see, let me show you the code. There you go. Start from again. Break it. Print string. Set timer by event. The event, you drag this out into here. Whenever you want to use a set timer by event. Get the event that you want to use. Drag it out over here into here. And I forgot to mention you're clearing and validating the timer by handle. This is the handle is the return value of the set timer. Using the particle system array multiple times, using this for this, this for that, and this to clear it. It's good to use one variable multiple times in subsequence. There you go. The break hit result, and I'll have to get the variables so that you can do with what you will. Set beam source point, target point. And that'll be it for this tutorial. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. Signing off.